Fernando Alonso might be the oldest man on the current 2023 Formula 1 grid, but he could still be the oldest man on the grid in 3 years' time, as he is wanted for Audi. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Racing. We have a bit of a transfer driver lineup piece of news here. Obviously, nothing is happening right now, but Fernando Alonso is being talked about as a possible Audi driver from 2026 onwards. It looks like it's going to be neck and neck between him and Carlos Sainz. Those are the two drivers that are currently in the frame to join Audi when they do come into the Formula 1 world in 2026. I believe they are coming in to be an engine manufacturer. They're going to take over Sauber, and yeah, they're going to be on the grid. They're looking for big drivers, and it doesn't get any bigger, in my opinion, than Fernando Alonso. Now, Sainz's links to the team are being rumoured through Swiss publication Blick. However, Alonso's interest, his rumours, his links to the team come a little bit closer to home, with the managing director of the Sauber Group, Alessandro Aluni Bravi, revealing that he'd always sign Alonso no matter how old he is. Now, these two got to know each other when the Spaniard was working at McLaren alongside Stoffel van Dorn. And it turns out Alune Bravo, who was previously Van Dorn's manager, saw a lot of great things in Alonso. He's a big fan of Alonso. He believes Alonso is a champion and that you never lose your champion qualities. And this is what he said to a Spanish newspaper in regards to signing big Fernando. Quote, "I would always sign Fernando, even at 45 years or more. I was able to get to know him well at McLaren when I was the manager of Stoffel van Dorn, who was his teammate. I was able to see firsthand the work he can do on a day-to-day basis as a driver, his ability, his great determination. He is a champion. You don't win 2 F1 world titles if you don't have certain characteristics. It's a pleasure for me to see him." End of quote. And should Alonso complete a shock move to Audi in 2026 when the new engine regulations are introduced, that would keep him in the sport until he's 45 years old. And in my opinion, 45 years old is too old to be competitive. I'm not saying Alonso couldn't stay to 45. Schumacher stayed to 44, so it's doable. But you being 45 and expecting to be competing for titles and race wins, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I feel like if Alonso's going to stay to that, I don't think he'll go to Audi. I think he'll stay at Aston Martin, because with Audi, when is someone like a new team come into the sport and been the fastest team? Never. It takes years. Look at Mercedes when they took over Braun. Took them till the hybrid era to become the dominant force.
Yeah, let's be honest.
There's no guarantee with Audi. Audi, I'd be almost willing to bet my life that Audi would be in a worse position
than Aston Martin right now.
Yeah, Aston Martin, now second, third fastest team round about there. There's no way Audi can just break into the top 4 teams.
Yeah, Alonso doesn't have any projects left. I mean, what's Alonso going to do? Go to Audi at 45?
He will only go to Audi if Aston Martin goes off the cliff here.
Aye, and it's like, well, you know,
I'd even reckon if Aston Martin go off the cliff, he'll retire. So
yeah, but Alonso hasn't got, you know, I'm going to go here's a project in 2 or 3 years we may be competitive. Alonso needs competitive teams right now. That is what he currently has at Aston Martin. So I think he'll stay there. Even if he does go to Audi, though, I mean, who would be his teammate? Because I've got to feel like any half-decent driver that's in his prime would be better than Alonso at 45.
Yeah, you've got to say so. I mean, he is showing no real signs of slowing down, but it is 4 years from now. Well, 3 seasons from now. So it's massive, man. I think Lance Stroll will be smoking him in 4 years' time to be. Well, he should be. He shouldn't. Alonso shouldn't have to be sitting behind Lance Stroll, fucking waving to the crowd, still driving quicker than him, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't beat Alonso at 45, then you're never really going to beat Alonso, are you? So that's pretty much it, guys. But Alonso to Audi, big team, would be a big move.
It could be Mick Schumacher. I've seen people hype that up because of the German connection, but come on.
I think Germany need to get some new drivers in. You know, it's been a while since we've seen like new Germans getting into F1. we did have a period where you were getting quite a lot in.
5 on the grid at once.
Yeah, even around like the early 2000s, and I felt like you were getting more in around like
Vettel, Glock, Hulkenberg,
Rosberg,
Suttel.
It's like, yeah, so like the early 2000s, you had quite a lot of Germans in. The later 2000s, you had quite a lot of Germans coming in, but I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Germans come into the sport. I mean, could it be just like Schumacher not being there anymore? There's a lack of interest from Germans.
It could be,
But then again, did no Germans grow up watching Vettel thinking, oh, I want to be like him?
Exactly. I disagree. I just feel like it comes and goes and drips. Like, let's be real. See, after Bottas, there might be no Finnish drivers for a while. Doesn't mean here. Because Mika Hakkinen hasn't been around for 25 years. Just the way things work. Things works in cycles. And we'll see how it goes. I have no real issues like what nationalities they are. I just want good racing, damn it.
Give us some good racing, Alonso to Audi, guys. Rate it down below. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's a pipe dream? Or do you think Alonso... I mean, I can see Alonso remaining in F1. I don't know if I'll see him at 45. I can certainly see him for another couple of seasons. I think the 2026 season's a little bit optimistic. I certainly, I don't see him winning. I think if Alonso's going to win a title, it probably has to be next year.
Yeah, I agree
so
with
that is it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Let us know your thoughts. Until next time, though, peace.